Hello, it's me, your friendly agent, Agent Goodboy. So, today let's talk about how I nearly lost 10 million coins, which might not be a lot, but considering that I barely even have 100k at this current moment in the bank, that I'd say is quite a big quantity for me. So it all started when I got this beautiful spirit scepter. I got it raw because I wanted to go through the process of enchanting it and everything. So I had gotten all the things that I was going to need and was ready to start enchanting and putting everything that I'd need onto it. And then once I was nearly complete, I wanted to put some stars on it because, if you don't know, every star in a dungeon item gives it a 10% increase. And since I didn't have a lot of mana, I wanted to 5-star it because I knew that if I had it on Heroic Reforge and 5-starred, that would give me quite a lot of mana. But I could only 3-star it and nobody else in my co-op had enough Wither Essence to 5-star it. So I was going to pay someone to, put on the final 2 stars. But as I was going to do that, once I'd found somebody who was going to sell it to me for about 200k, I was ready to give them my beautiful spirit scepter. And in exchange, they gave me a fully maxed aspect of the dragons. And I thought nothing of it. I thought it was their fully maxed aspect of the dragons. It was fabled, recombobulated. It even had Dragon Hunter 5. So I thought it was their main sword. They wouldn't want to lose it. They were actually serious people. Well, unfortunately, I was very wrong, because they immediately logged off. I tried to party them. So I was now stuck with this aspect of the dragons. I tried to auction it. I went from Discord to Discord trying to sell it. And I had no idea what to do, because at this point, I was just in complete shock. I wouldn't have thought that this community would have done me like this. I mean, I didn't think I was ever going to end up losing my spirit scepter. So, the quest began. I on SkyliaMO searched up their profile, looking through all their items. I didn't even get why they scammed me in the first place. They had everything. They had full Necron. Why would they want to scam me? In fact, some of their pieces were even in special colors. Why would they want to scam me? The most they probably won off me would have been a few mil. I didn't get it. After going on to HY auctions and searching back who they had auctioned it to, turns out he had auctioned it to a guy under the name Amandeds. After visiting his island and trying to get him to give it back to me, he was super uncooperative. At the beginning, he was almost about to trade it to me for the aspect of the dragons, and I was super happy that the community had a bit of kindness in them. And then he psyched me. For the upcoming few days, I was visiting his island nearly every hour, trying to get him to give it back to me. And then after that, I've met somebody in the lobby who said they'd be interested in it because they wanted an aspect of the dragons. Only thing, they didn't have the money on hand to pay for it, because I was looking for 9 mil, because that's how much the guy had sold it to the other guy, and that's how much I knew I could probably buy it back off of him. So he said it'd take him about a week to get the money. I was going chill with that, until he messaged me on Discord. At one time, he had messaged me on Discord telling me that he had a friend who was interested in it who could pay the money on that day. I logged on, I tried to party him, he didn't accept. I got a bit scared. Turns out it was just they were already in a party. So he added me to the party, we made the trade. All went well. Until I visited Amandeds again. Turns out he was not the kindest person when it comes to giving me my item back, because he wasn't going to give it back to me for the price that he had bought it for, 9 mil. He charged me 10 mil. But luckily, the scammer had also left me with a mil extra, so that was alright. And then I'd gotten my spirit scepter back. That's how we're back with this bat-shooting boy. The only big change Amanded had done to it while it was in his hands was change it from sharpness 5 to smite 6. But I didn't really mind that. I was back with my spirit scepter. And now I'm thinking about starring it again, but after this journey, I'm not sure how much I want to do that. Throughout this whole journey, I do respect these were my problems. I should have done a Colat trade where he gives me a spirit scepter that is nearly identical, and then I give him my spirit scepter to make sure that I'm not losing out on this much money as this time. But I just thought nothing of it because he'd given me a nearly fully maxed aspect of the dragons, and I thought that was his main sword. I mean, that's what I saw in his hand when I met him. So I just assumed that was his main sword, and I know I was never entitled to be given my money back. This was my problem. At no point during this video would I like to sound like I was expecting for somebody to come there and throw a spirit scepter at me and be like, oh, I'm so sorry for what happened. I respect it. But I feel like Hypixel might be able to implement at least some sort of way to stop these sorts of scams. Say, if you trade something with someone and they leave within a given amount of seconds from the party, or, say there's a way that within like a minute of making a trade, if he would have like logged off and done something like this, that you could like stop it. So say like once I made this trade, after a minute has passed, it would have said like this would be my last chance to confirm that this was an alright trade and that I wouldn't like my money back. And then, that would have been a method that would have helped so many people. True, it would have made Skyblock a bit more annoying at some cases, but I think overall, the quantity of money saved versus the amount of time lost is uncomparable. And on top of that, this is a very hard time for anybody who's gone through this. And if you are getting scammed right now, or are having struggles with, getting scammed previously, just step away from your keyboard once you get scammed, and even turn off your computer for that day to make sure that you have some time to relax and think clear about your upcoming decisions, because I didn't do that, and I regret that, because during that time, I was considering all sorts of stupid things. I was even considering trying to scam somebody else to make my money back. But once I did, I noticed that wouldn't work out, because if I scammed them, then they would be in the bad position, and I felt that would have been wrong for me to do, to put them into the bad position because I'd made a stupid choice. And for anybody that's watching this, I'd just like for you to remember to always make sure to think twice before accepting a trade, especially if it's with your prized possession. For me, it's Bat Shooty Boy, my Spirit Sceptre. But just think before you do a stupid decision. And to anybody who's made it this far into the video, I'm going to assume you liked it, because it's been a couple minutes now that you've been watching this video. So I really appreciate that you enjoyed it. You helped me. You brought up my average watch time, which is kind of important if I want to go viral on YouTube. So thank you. And you probably liked the video. So if you did and made it this far, if you could do me a favor and like and subscribe, that'd be great. Thank you very much for watching, and see ya.